I can understand that well enough. Lots of kids on the streets of Lake try to keep their identities a secret, especially after participating in something illegal like a skiz fight. Besides, I don't want to know her name. I'm still upset about losing the bet. Katie's defeat cost me 1,000 notes. That was money toward a vial of cure. Time is running out, and it's all this girl's fault. Stupid me. If I had been responsible for getting Tess out of the ring, if she hadn't been responsible for getting Tess out of the ring, I'd have left her to fend for herself. But I know Tess would have given me sad puppy eyes for the rest of the day, so I didn't. Tess continues to ask questions as she helps the girl. That's what I'll call her, I guess. Clean the wound in her side as best she can. I stay quiet for the most part. I'm on guard. After the skiz fight and my dust bomb, the three of us ended up camping out on the balcony of an old library. Does it still count as a balcony if the whole wall has collapsed and left this floor open to the air? In fact, almost all the floors have collapsed walls. The library is part of an ancient high rise that now lies almost entirely in the water several hundred feet from the lake's eastern edge, completely overgrown with wild grasses. It's a good place for people like us to find some shelter. I watch the streets along the banks for angry gamblers who might still be searching for the girl. I look over my shoulder from where I sit on the balcony's edge. The girl says something to Tess, and Tess smiles cautiously in return. "My name's Tess," I hear her say. She knows better than to say mine, but she keeps on talking. "What part of Lake are you from? Are you from another sector?" She studies the girl's wound. "That's a nasty one, but nothing that can't heal. I'll try to find some goat milk for you in the morning. It's good for you. Until then, you just have to spit on it. It helps with infections." I can tell from the girl's face that she knows this already. "Thank you," she murmurs to Tess. She glances in my direction. "I'm grateful for your help." Tess smiles again, but I can tell she feels a little uncomfortable with this newcomer. "I'm grateful for yours." I tighten my jaw. Night will fall in about an hour or so, and I have a wounded stranger added to my duties. After a while, I rise and join Tess and the girl. Somewhere in the distance, the Republic's pledge has started blaring from the city's speakers. "We'll stay for the night." I look at the girl. "How are you feeling?" "Okay," she replies, but it's obvious she's in pain. She doesn't know what to do with her hands, so she keeps reaching for her wound, then stopping herself. I have a sudden urge to comfort her. "Why did you save me?" she asks. I snort. "Not a gaudy clue. You cost me 1,000 notes." The girl smiles for the first time, but there's something internally cautious about her eyes. She seems to take in and analyze my every word. She doesn't trust me. "You bet big, don't you? Sorry about that. She made me angry." She shifts. "I'm guessing Katie was no friend of yours?" "She's a bartender from the rim of Alta in winter, just a recent acquaintance." Tess laughs and gives me a look that I can't quite read. "He likes to be acquainted with cute girls." I scowl at her. "Bite your tongue, cousin. Haven't you had enough brushes with death for one day?" Tess nods, a small smile on her face. "I'll go get us some water." She jumps up and heads down the open stairwell to the water's edge. When she's gone, I sit down next to the girl, and my hand accidentally brushes past her waist. She takes a small breath, and I move away, afraid I've hurt her. "That should heal soon, if it doesn't get infected, but you might want to rest a couple of days. You can stay with us." The girl shrugs. "Thanks. When I feel better, I'm tracking Katie down." I lean back and study the girl's face. She's a little paler than other girls I see in this sector, and has large, dark eyes that shine with flecks of gold in the waning light. I can't tell what she is, which is unusual around here. Native, maybe, or Caucasian, or something. She's pretty in a way that distracts me, just like she did in the skiz ring. No, pretty's not the right word. Beautiful. And not only that, but she reminds me of someone. Maybe it's the expression in her eyes, something at once coolly logical and fiercely defiant. I feel my cheeks growing warm, and suddenly I look away, glad for the coming darkness. Maybe I shouldn't have helped her. Way too distracting. At this moment, all I'm thinking about is what I'd give up for a chance to kiss her, run my fingers through her dark hair. So, girl, I say after a while, thanks for your help today. For Tess, I mean. Where'd you learn to fight like that? You broke Katie's arm without even trying. The girl hesitates. From the corner of my eye, I can see her watching me. I turn to face her, and she pretends to study the water instead, as if embarrassed to be caught looking. She absently touches her side, and it makes a clinking, and then makes a clicking sound with her tongue, as if out of habit. I hang out on the edge of Batala a lot. I like to watch the cadets practice. Wow, risk taker. But your fighting is pretty impressive. I bet you don't have much trouble on your own. The girl laughs. You can see how well I did on my own today. She shakes her head. Her long ponytail swings behind. I shouldn't have watched the skiz fight at all, but what can I say? Your friend looked like she could use some help. Then she shifts her gaze to me, that cautious expression that still blankets her eyes. What about you? Were you in the crowd? No. Tess was down there because she likes seeing the action and she's a little nearsighted. I like watching from a distance. Tess, is she your younger sister? I hesitate. Yeah, close enough. It wasn't really Tess. It was really Tess I wanted to keep safe with my dust bomb, you know? The girl raises an eyebrow at me. I watch her lips as they curl into a smile. You're so kind, she says. And does everyone around here know how to make a dust bomb? I wave my hand dismissively. Oh, sure. Even kids. It's easy. I look at her. You're not from Lake Sector, are you? The girl shakes her head. Tanagashi Sector. I mean, I used to live there. Tanagashi is pretty far away. You came all this way to see a skiz fight? Of course not. The girl leans back and carefully lies down. I can see the center of her bandage turning dark red. I scavenge on the streets. I end up traveling a lot. Lake isn't safe right now, I say. A splash of turquoise in the corner of the balcony catches my eye. There's a small patch of sea daisies growing from the crack in the floor. Mom's favorite. You might catch plague down here. The girl smiles as if she knows something. I don't. I wish I could figure out who she reminds me of. Don't worry, she says. I'm a careful girl when I'm not angry.